So we have 40 pupils help to sell packets of popcorn at school carnival. Each pupil was given 6 packets of popcorn to sell. Okay, just now got 40 pupils, they mentioned. Some pupils did not turn up, so each pupil present had to sell 2 more packets of popcorn to meet the required sale. So how many pupils did not turn up? We have 40 pupils in total. Every single pupil was given 6 packets of popcorn to sell. To find the total packets, right, that all the 40 pupils will sell. Alright, so you need to sell in total, okay, for all these students is 240. Now, so by right, everybody need to sell 6, right? But because some never turn up, right, the rest need to sell 2 more. So 2 more means is how many? So it's 6 plus 2. Everybody now need to sell 8 instead of 6. So what do you do in the next step? I want you to think of number of remaining students. This is actually the next one you can find. These 240 are the packets you need to sell. This will not change. Even though you got less students, right, you need to sell this 240. This is fixed. So how many remaining students are there? If every student sell 8 and total they must sell 240, it will be 240 divided by 8. This is 30, okay? But this one you do, you must understand what you're doing. You're finding number of remaining students, not the answer yet, okay? So how do you find out how many students did not turn up? Originally, you need to have 40 students. But the remaining students, you know, is 30. So what is your last step? Okay, you take original students, which is 40. You minus the remaining students, 30. And you know that 10 of them did not turn up. So that's how you do it. So we have a box contains beads of 3 different colors. 3/5 of the beads were red and the rest are blue beads and green beads. So your denominator here, 5, it represents your total beads. Your 3 represent the red beads, right? So the very first thing you know is red is 3, blue and green, and then you know your total. Okay, your denominator is a 5. So you'll take 5 minus 3, right? Your blue and green at first you know is a 2. So the next part of the clue, they give you the ratio of the number of blue beads to the green beads is 2 to 3. Blue to green, right, is 2 is to 3. Every time you have 2 ratio, right, you need to look out for your repeated identity, or you got 2 fractions also, look out for your repeated identity. And your repeated identity is blue plus green. So your 2 plus 3 is a 5. So right here, your blue and green, right, is 5, but here is a 2, right? So to make it the same, lowest common multiple of 2 and 5 is a 10. We need to multiply by 5 here, multiply by 5 here. You will get 15 is to 10 is to 25. Then here to make it a 10, we will multiply by 2 throughout. We'll get 4 is to 6 is to 10. What percentage of the beads is blue? So your keywords are, other than blue, you also have of the beads, that is your total. So basically, right, you need to put blue out of your total, okay? That's your fraction. To change to percentage, we always take fraction, multiply by 100, okay, to get percentage. So where's your blue? Your blue right here. Take the last one, which is a 4. Out of your total right here is a 25. Okay, multiply by 100%. This is a paper 1 question, so you need to do your calculation. Okay, I hope you all know 100 divided by 25 is a 4, right? This is a very common number. If not, you just divide by 5 and keep dividing by 5 until you can no longer divide. 4 times 4, you will get a 16. So your answer is a 16%. Okay, so Terry used 1 cm cube to form a cuboid measuring 45 cm by 30 cm by 20 cm. He painted all the faces of the cuboid. How many 1 cm cubes in the cuboid have only 2 of the faces painted? Let me draw this out to show you first. So we have 45 cm right here, 30 cm here, and then this height is 20 cm. I want you to imagine, at this corner here, how many faces are painted? 3. Very good. I zoom in to show you. Why is it 3? 1 on top, 2 here, and then at the side is 3. You all must remember at the corner here is always got 3 faces painted one. Okay, so then where are the one with the 2 faces painted? I hope you all can tell. It's actually this one here. If I were to really break it down, okay, can you see? Because if I were to zoom in, right, okay, why is it 2 faces painted? On top here one, another one here. This entire row right there, that I've marked out, right, is where your two faces will be painted. So how do you get that, everybody? What will you do to 45? So I must 45 minus 2 get 43. Okay, why I minus 2? Because I must minus the one at the edges. Those two are the one with 3 faces painted. I will do the same thing to this vertical part. My height by right is 20. But then I must minus away the top and the bottom that has 3 faces painted. So I will take 20 minus away 2. Then I will get 18. Then I will do the same thing to the 30 here, okay? Because I have another one here with 3 faces painted. So I will take 30 minus away 2. I will get 28. This part here, which is 43. How many 43 do we have, everybody? 4. Rin, very good. Why is it 4? Because you have one here, another one here, another one here, and then another one at the other side. 43 times 4, you get 172. This 18 here, you get from here. How many 18 are there? 4 also, I think. Yes, because one here, another one here, another one here, and another one at the back. Okay, total also 4. So we're going to take 18 multiplied by 4. We get a 72. So same thing, 28, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. 28 multiplied by 4, I will get 1, 1, 2. So together, right, I want to find the total. 172 plus 72 plus 1, 1, 2. I will get 356. Okay, so my answer is 356. 1 cm cubes only have 2 of the faces painted. So we have question 5. Daryl has a row of stickers. There is a total of 55 star-shaped and heart-shaped stickers on it. At least 3 star-shaped stickers are found between any 2 heart-shaped stickers. It means, right, you must start with a heart first. Then you have at least 3, right? So 1, 2, 3. Then you need to end with a heart because it must be between 2 hearts. However, having said that, your one group, right, is not made up of 5 of them. Not heart, star, 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 heart. No. After the heart, then we're going to have another 1, 2, 3 star. Okay? Then you're going to end it with a heart again, right? Because every time at least 3 star, then 2 heart. Okay, then continue. Star, 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 heart. Okay, the pattern is not like that. Because if it's like that, right, technically for it to repeat another pattern again, it needs to be heart, star, 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 heart again. But the thing is, start with a star, you know. So the pattern is not made out of 5. Okay, the pattern is made out of how many shapes in one set, everybody? Can you tell me? One set. 4, very good. Heart, star, star, star. Because the next one, heart, star, star, star. So your one set, right, is actually 1 heart and 3 stars. It's basically, right, 4 stickers because all these are stickers. Now, the fact that you have total of 55 star and heart, I want to know how many sets do they make up to. 55 divided by 4. Whenever you are finding number of sets, everybody, leave your answer in what form? Remainder form. Not fraction, not decimal, remainder. Very important, If it's number of sets, right, confirm leave in remainder form. You won't go wrong. You will have 13, remainder 3. Remainder 3, we need to know, right, the remainder 3 is what type of shape? Remainder 1 must be the first one, heart. Remainder 2, remainder 3. Agree with me? So it must be your heart, star, star. If you want the largest possible number of heart shape, by the way, because of the fact that they want the largest number of heart shape, right, that means our star must be the least. So our heart can be the most. And that's also why when just now they say at least 3 star, right, at least 3, it can be 3, it can be 4, it can be 5, it can be more, right? But we restrict it to 3. We want the stars to be as little as possible so that we can give the largest number of heart. So if one set got 1 heart, 13 sets, right, I will get 13 hearts. But don't forget, inside your remainder 3, you got 1 more heart here that you need to add. So 13 plus 1, right, you get a 14. So you get a 14, the largest number possible. How to get remainder? Okay, I show you how to get remainder. So remainder always come from your long division. 55 divided by 4. So first number, of course, is 4 times 1. Then you put below. 5 minus 4, you get a 1. Then bring down the 5. Think of what number, 4 times what, give you a number closest to 15. Closest but smaller. Okay, 4 times 3. Then you get a 12, right? Then you minus. Then whatever left over here is your remainder. So we have EAD is a triangle. And then we have BCDE is a parallelogram. So given that we also know AB equals to BE. So we know that this and this, they are the same. Okay, so I will mark out they're the same. So we need to find angle EAB. Okay, first of all, you know parallelogram, right? Diagonally opposite angles are the same. So if this is 73, you will know this is 73 also. And then you have interior angles. Parallel, right? So you will know that this angles and this angle here will add up to become 180. So your very first step is you are going to take 180 minus away 73, minus away your 39 degrees, okay, to find this angle right here. So that will actually give you a 68 degrees. There is a Z shape right here where you got the parallel lines, right? So according to your alternate angles, this one is 39, okay, degrees as well. Okay, let's just check again, here and here. Okay, then after that, this line here, okay, is a straight line because it comes from one side of a triangle like this. So if we know this 68, we can find this angle as well, this one. 180 degrees minus away 68 degrees, which will give you 112 degrees. So you got 112, actually you already know, like this. Okay, isosceles, then you know this angle is equal to this angle, right? And all the three angles add up to become 180. So you just need to find angle EAB is taking 180 degrees minus away 112 degrees. And then since the base of the angles of the isosceles triangle are the same, so I divide by 2, then I will find my answer, which is 34 degrees. So for 7, we have Olivia had 130 cm of wire. He used some of it to make the figure as shown. How much of the wire did Olivia use to make the figure? So use, confirm is whatever is here, right? So we just need to add everything up together. I will suggest, right, add the algebra first. 2p plus p plus p plus 3p. Okay, now you all are left with a plus 6 and minus 4. This is where students will make the mistake. Okay, when you see a positive 6 and a minus 4, right, please put the positive 1 in front. Put the plus 6 first. Very good. So plus 6 first, then you put the minus 4. Minus 4. 2p plus p plus p plus 3p. So this is the same as 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 3, right? P is just the same as 1p, right? 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 3 is a 7, 7p, okay? This is just basically your 6 minus 4, right? Positive 2. So it's 7p plus 2 cm. Remember to put your bracket for your algebra, okay? Then you put your unit. Now, part B. After making the figure, Olivia had p cm of wire left. What was the value of p? Okay, earlier on, your 7p plus 2 are the ones that you use to make the figure. So the one that you use plus the one that is left plus your p. Use plus left will give you your total wire. So it's equals to what thing? Yes, equals to 130 because they say 130 cm of wire. That's your total wire. Okay, so first of all, 7p plus p, 8p. 8p plus 2 give you 130. You are going to take 130 minus away the excess of 2. So your 8p, right, is actually 128. So to find p is 128 divided by 8 is going to be 16. So the value of p is 16. Now when they ask for value of p, do not give any unit. Value does not have any unit one. We have Elliot and Fred started jogging at the same time from P to R along a 9,000 meter route shown. After 40 minutes, Fred was at the halfway point Q and Elliot was at the distance behind Fred. Fred reached point R 10 minutes before Elliot. Both did not change their speeds throughout. What was the distance between Elliot and Fred when Fred was at point Q? So the very first thing I can pick out, right, is after 40 minutes, Fred was halfway point Q. After 40 minutes, what you know is that F, okay, if halfway point means traveled half of the distance. Do you agree with me? Okay, what are some things you can do first? You can find out when F traveled the entire distance, which is 2 out of 2. Okay, this will give you more information, right? So from half to 2 out of 2, isn't it your times 2? So your times 2 here also. Actually, right, after 80 minutes, F would actually finish traveling based on his speed. Fred reached point R 10 minutes before Elliot. What does it tell you about Elliot's time taken? Fred reached point R that time, right? Fred already finished traveling. Fred finished traveling that time. Fred took 80 minutes. So when Fred took 80 minutes, Fred reached 10 minutes before Elliot. 80 plus 10. Okay, some of you plus 10, some of you minus 10, right? Plus. Yes. Why? Fred reached 10 minutes before Elliot. That means, isn't it Elliot will take extra 10 minutes? So now you have Elliot's time, and we also have the distance, right? 9,000 meter. You have the distance of 9,000. You have the time of 90 minutes. You can find, very good, you can find Elliot's speed, right? So E's speed, right, is going to be 9,000 meter divided by 90 minute. And that will give you 100 meter per minute. Point Q this time, there's a very, very important context you need to use. Fred took 40 minutes. You see, Elliot and Fred jogged at the same time. Agree with me, it is also 40 minutes for Elliot as well. So if you agree with me, then you have the time for Elliot here, and you have the speed also. You can find out at that 40-minute juncture how much has Elliot traveled starting from point P. Is distance. So to find distance is your speed multiplied by your time, which is 40 minutes, and you'll realize Elliot traveled 4,000 meters from P. So remember, Elliot is the one that is slower. So 4,000 haven't even reached the halfway point because Fred is faster, right? If your total distance is 9,000, right, your halfway point must be 9,000 meter divided by 2. 4,500 you will get from the starting point to the halfway point, right? That's your 4,500, 9,000 divided by 2. You just need to take this number, you minus away 4,000 meter, and then you'll get 500 meter. That's your answer. Okay? So we look at a figure, okay, here is drawn on a rectangular piece of paper. Its outline consists of a large semicircle, 2 identical smaller semicircles, 2 identical quarter circles, and the area of the rectangular piece of paper is 588 cm square. What is the breadth of the piece of the rectangular piece of paper? So I hope that y'all can tell, okay, based on the dotted line, they kind of cut it for you, right? If you continue cutting it, try to make parts equal right here. Finish cutting this first. Then after that, you go and count first. 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square. Okay, so I will label this whole part here is equivalent to 4 units. This whole part here is 1, 2, 3. I will label this as 3 units. Okay, given the fact that the area of the rectangular piece of paper is 588, to get rectangle is length and breadth. So I will take 4 units multiplied by 3 units. That will give me my area of 588. When I multiply like that, what do I get? Not 12u, like that, no. U times u is u square. So I find 1u square first, I divide by 12. 588 divided by 12, I will get 49. So from u square, how do I get 1 unit? It must be same number times same number give you 49, right? So to get 1 unit opposite of the square, I will square root. Square root of 49. That's how I get a 7. Okay, if I want to find my breadth, it's my 3 unit. So 3 unit, it will be 3 times 7. That's how you get 21. Okay, 21 cm. Part A done. So now, B. What is the total area of the shaded part? Okay, the fact that just now we already found out 1 unit is 7. One part here like that is 7, right? What I will do is I'm going to label alphabets, right, to represent every part that I can find. And then I will try to derive the answer. I'm going to label A to represent this semicircle right here, shaded part. Then I'm going to label B, right, to represent this shaded part here. Okay? What else? I hope that y'all can see. This is your quadrant. So to be able to get the shaded part here, I need to focus in my quadrant here, which also means I need to label certain alphabets inside here. I'm going to label, let's say, this one is my C. And then I'm going to label this is my E, like this. And then I'm going to label D. And my D is actually this part here. Okay? Like that. This weird shape. Okay, I'm going to label A, B, C, D, E. Okay, I'm going to label F. If A is your semicircle, is half multiplied by, your pi is 22/7, use this. So half multiplied by 22/7, multiplied by what? Each of this small square here is a 7. A, can you see your radius is a 7? Must times radius, yeah. So times 7 times 7. Okay, so we get a 77. Alright, next one. To find B. B is a very weird shape. So basically, to find B, you need to find the quadrant first, minus the semicircle here. But can you see that this semicircle, right, is actually the same semicircle as A? Because the radius is 7, 7. It makes up the diameter is 14. Same thing, if you look here, radius is 7, 7, diameter is 14. As long as the radius and diameter is the same, right, they are the same semicircle. So basically, right, to find B, right, what I will do, right, is I will take the quadrant minus away A. So my quadrant is 1/4 multiplied by 22 out of 7. Okay, now if this is your quadrant, what is your radius? 14 times 14 times 14. Very good. 154 for the quadrant. I'm not done. Okay, now I need to minus away my A. My A just now I found is 77 already. So 154 minus 77. I found my B is also, oh, just nice, also a 77. Agree with me, this quadrant here, it will be the same as this quadrant here. So I already know my quadrant just now is 154. So now I need to take my quadrant, right, minus away all this unshaded part, which is my C, my D, and my E. How to find C? So 7 times 7, your C is 49. So how do you find E? Okay, so E is a quadrant. So 1/4 multiplied by pi, 22 out of 7. Okay, your radius is a 7 right here. So times 7 times 7. Your E, you're going to get 38.5. Now, to find D, let me zoom in. Just look at D alone. It's actually a shape of a boomerang. How do you get boomerang? Boomerang is basically, right, you take a square, you minus the quadrant. So to find the square, right, if here is 7, and here is 7, 7 times 7, then you minus away a quadrant is, I think just now your quadrant you already found out is basically this one. Your D is going to be 10.5. Your shaded part of A is 77. Okay, so I'm going to write total is 77. Your B, okay, this one here is 77 also, so plus another 77. Wait, I need to find F, right? My quadrant just now is 154, so I take 154. I'm going to minus my C, D, E, I will get my F. I will minus away the 49, minus away 38.5, minus away 10.5. 210 cm squared.